Greetings, ghouls and goblins, and my universe, and my nerdy, and it is finally a time and a tone for Lazyween has finally come upon us, because it is Halloween! And yes, I have dressed up for the spirit of the season, but just to let people know this, I'm not wearing the same for the entire review. Whew. That thing is way too warm to be wearing for this review. I, however, will be staying in the dark cloak and maybe wearing these gloves. It's pretty hard to pause the camera, truthfully, with these things on, so I'll probably just be taking one off to use, but then putting it back on every so often. But this is a trick. It's a Halloween treat. This is a Halloween tradition for you all. And my knife is filled with blood. Cool, huh? No, this isn't real. This is 110% fake. But anyway, what is not fake is that I have a Christmas... I have a Halloween treat for you guys. And yes, I'm going to be taking a look at It's a Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown. Why? Because I asked you guys, and a lot of you actually wanted it, and also it is great because last year, my Christmas treat for you guys was, or our Christmas treat for you, was It's a Charlie Brown Christmas, so I thought, ew. And all in all, in keeping up with the Charles Church or peanut tradition, which in my family, this is one of our traditions, and I'm glad to own it because now I can share the tradition with my own kid down the road. So I'll be taking a look at and giving the Lazyween treatment to something that I share near and dear with my heart. Because this special sucks. I'm just kidding. I don't actually think I'm being serious with that. But yes, I'm going to give the Lazyween treatment to It's a Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown. So this will be my overview, retrospective, and review upon It's a Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown. And for those of you that haven't seen it yet, just be forewarned that there might be some spoilers ahead. I'm sure that this review, that it doesn't need to be said, but since its cartoon is over 50 years old and some people may still not have seen it, just be forewarned for those spoilers. Now, I'm not sure about the rest of you guys, but in my family, I grew up on the Peanuts. They were always one of my favorite, nostalgic things that you could ever watch every year. And for those people that feel like picking on my speech impediment and lisp, I said peanuts, not the other thing. Because if I said that, YouTube would come right in here and basically block this video right here and now. But I grew up every Christmas watching It's a Charlie Brown Christmas and actually really enjoying it, as I still get a kick out of watching it every single year. It's just a tradition that was passed down to my family, as my mom and dad used to watch this when they were kids, and now it's passed down to me. And I'm pretty certain that when I have kids, or even nieces and nephews, I will pass down the generation to them. And every Halloween, yeah, I have to admit, we always would watch It's a Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown. As I am a bigger fan of more so of the Charlie Brown Christmas, more so than I am of the It's a Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown. Nothing against it or anything, I just really love the message and everything that goes on in It's a Charlie Brown Christmas more than, well, It's a Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown. My most least favorite is the Thanksgiving special. While it is still special and it still holds a nice place in my heart, I still just kind of don't like it because it's a weirder approach to a holiday that should not really need much more of a meaning than what Charles gave it, but there you go. But I will be taking a look upon It's a Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown and just making riffs and everything. Now, I want people to know this. Just because I make jokes on this and I will pick on things about it, I do not mean that out of hate, as I am coming into a place of Halloween love. Ta-da! So, let's dive right back into the Charles Schulz universe and see what the Great Pumpkin will give us this year as gifts. So, let's dive into the mind of Charles Schulz and gather around with our peanut friend and cue the Linus and Lucy song, because it's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. Our special officially begins with Linus and Lucy going, out, but to the pumpkin patch, in the hopes of capturing the Great Pumpkin. Now, the two are hunting for a great pumpkin, not the great pumpkin, as Lucy is being way too stubborn over which pumpkin that Linus is using, wanting the biggest one. Now I have both an older and a younger sibling, so I can't necessarily say I get what it means sometimes when the older sibling will kind of bully and pick on you if you don't pick the correct or the right. I'm trying to fix my glove here. But when you're trying to pick the correct or the right pumpkin in their case and everything, and I get how that would be kind of annoying. I think my glove is screwed up here, which I might have to fix it later. But I get that can be annoying and everything. Yeah, but them choosing the biggest pumpkin is rather great. But Linus and Lucy should have looked across the pumpkin field, 'cause they could have seen the Power Rangers facing off against Pumpkin Rapper.
Wake me up with a rap that bad. Never son for us to beat you. Do you think that's something you can do? Well, I got some friends.
Oh yeah, I just made a Pumpkin Rapper reference. My existence is lonely, 'cause nobody knows what Pumpkin Rapper is anymore. Maybe I should have made the spookily the haunted pumpkin reference. Hey, yeah, maybe I should have went with that. My existence is lonely. No Power Ranger fan out there even remembers Pumpkin Rapper. I make all the dorky and nerdy references, and I have nobody to share them with. My existence is very lonely. Anyways, they take the pumpkin home, and as Linus said, they murder it, cutting us into our main title sequence, which honestly, all in itself, is pretty cool and worth watching. However, it's the fall season, and everybody is happy, including Linus, who thinks that it is the best time of the year, as he is expecting the happy arrivement of the Great Pumpkin. But not before Lucy decides to be a dick and basically screw over Charlie Brown with the whole football gag again. Oh boy.
Peculiar thing about this document.
But however, my dear baby boy Linus is writing a letter to the Great Pumpkin, a deliverer of grand gifts, of jester, and everything happiness. This is both adorable and it does make sense, honestly, of what Linus is doing. See, kids usually sometimes they get impatient while waiting for a specific favorite holiday, like Christmas, Halloween, Thanksgiving, your birthday, etc., etc. So what Linus is doing is that he's creating his own holiday, which is a mixture of two of his favorite holidays, Christmas and Halloween. He's mashing or merging the two of them together so he can get his own holiday and basically make his own thing up. It's kind of cute in that regard. And I really have to say that, in all honesty, it does make sense. You would have kids that would do that type of thing. That they would go to their teachers or family members even and go up to them and say, "Hey, did you know that insert holiday here exists? This is and in fact, what makes me happy is that this was so popular of a reference that it was referenced in the Amazing World of Gumball with the episode Sluzzle Tag." Yeah, that's how popular that this statement is. And I love that Linus is trying to just hold on to his own feeling because he's happy about it. He doesn't want nobody else to take away his happiness. But at the same time, everybody bullies and harasses him for having this type of thing. And again, that's what kids would probably go through with people being like, that holiday doesn't exist, where they're trying to tell their friends and family, like, no, this holiday does exist. But then again, no one would really necessarily believe you because, well, they're absolutely right. That holiday specifically doesn't exist. But does this bring down my boy Linus? Oh no, it does not. He just brings everybody else down, but he still becomes the life of the party behind the whole thing. But Linus gets somebody actually to believe him. He gets the person that only would listen to him or believe his nonsense, because she has a crush on him. Sally.
Night and wait for the Great Pumpkin. Oh, I'd love to, Linus. What's going on here? What are you trying to do to my little sister?
And God bless Linus for trying so hard. He's really doing the best that he can all throughout this. But it's time for Halloween, so everybody's making costumes. But since this is like the olden times, I suppose, this means that everybody else's costume looks a little bit different than what you would see nowadays being worn, but it still is representative of the time. The tale of Halloween is one that is old, but it is one that is still referential even to this day. Where back then, parents, teachers used to tell their kids, like, witches, goblins, and ghosts used to come alive and come about and dance the night away from Hallows Eve, which is October 30th, into Halloween. They would basically take the date of celebration and the cause mischief, which is why the day before Halloween is usually referred to as Mischief Night. So it is funny to see everybody mostly dressing up as ghosts, and it does make sense for Lucy to be the leader of the team, whereas that she is actually a witch, because it used to be believed that witches used to basically cause that sort of thing, that they could basically conjure up zombies, ghosts, and everything. And if you want proof of that, watch the movie Hocus Pocus or Halloween Town. They definitely get the gist across. Which, if anybody is wondering if I would ever review Hocus Pocus or Halloween Town for Lazyween, maybe. We'll see. I know that a lot of people have nostalgic connection to those movies, including myself, but we'll see. I just wanted to point out that this cool little fact that the way that they're dressed up does actually make sense, because, well, that's how Halloween was viewed back during the time. Nowadays, it's all different with, sexy costumes of everything. Seriously, there's sexy costumes of everything. Everything that could be a sexy costume exists. There's even sexy Godzilla and Kong costumes. What happened to the world that we now live in, where everything used to be innocent and could be scary at some point, where now people just go, yeah, I want to be banged by this specific sexy version of this person, and in which case, why? However, they try to invite Linus to go along, but Linus is waiting for the Great Pumpkin, and so, as in Frode, he invites Sally in on it. So Sally awaits with Linus in the pumpkin patch, so they can await for the grand awakening of the Great Pumpkin so they can see him rise. But meanwhile, everybody else has gone out trick-or-treating and is expecting gifts and treats. Ooh, I smell a little trick-or-treating montage coming up.
I got a rock. Trick or treat. I got a popcorn ball. I got a fudge bar. I got a pack of gum.
By the way, who in their right mind would hand out rocks for Christmas? And I mean seriously, every time that Charlie Brown went to a house, he got a rock. What is the deal? Yeah, I mean, that is unfortunate, but then again, you have people that would really hand out other devices for Halloween, and it would be basically just as weird as you'd expect. Like, some people would hand out apples, some people would hand out toothpaste, some people, or in my town, if you're specific, some people will hand out wooden crosses. That's not a joke. Used to be a teacher that used to work at my school, and from an expert friend of mine during one Halloween, and a lot of people complained, and she doesn't do it no more, but she handed out a lot of wooden crosses to kids. This is a bad thing to do, because that goes against children's religion. That should not be a thing that you should do. I'm not mentioning the name of the said teacher because, well, for respectful rights and everything. I just wanted to point out how weird that was. But also another fun fact. While handing out candy, me and my father were at the old place where we used to live, we used to hand out candy to kids and everything today, so we could also have fun and share in the fun by seeing different costumes. There was one girl that was a friend of a pharmacist that used to work at a pharmacy, that she was dressed up the same way as Charlie Brown's ghost. So what we did as a gag gift, but she loved it, we put a rock in her candy bag. She absolutely fell in love with it, and she broke down laughing harder than she probably should have. And I still have heard that she still kept the rock that we gave her. So this is such a thing that's still iconic to the day that a young girl, I think she was like, so it could be around the age of like 16 to, well, I want to say like in her teenage years, like maybe like 13 to 15. Like, she was honoring her probably her last Halloween, and we probably made it a lot more special than it really needed to be. And that's just how great and wonderful that it was, and it was also great and wonderful just to see such an iconic costume make an appearance all the way back in like 2017 or 2018. That is how obscure that is, but also how popular that it can be for a reference. So everybody decided to go and pay a visit to Sally and Linus, who are not exactly having a great time because they have officially missed out on Halloween and all the treats.
Right, where is he? He'll be here. I hope so. I have my reputation to think of, you know. And these things.
But meanwhile, at Violet's house, everybody else isn't sharing on the festivities and they're getting ready for the best time of the year, while basically just having fun and games with each other. But however, back over to the pumpkin patch, Linus and Lucy are about ready to see the arrival of him, the one and only, the fantastic Great Pumpkin. But Linus freaked out over nothing, as it was just Snoopy that was just hanging up his head. And Sally had just realized that she missed Halloween.
I'm not waiting for the great pumpkin when I could have been out for tricks or treats. Halloween is over and I missed it.
So the next bit is pretty cute. Lucy wakes up, notices that Linus isn't home yet, and she goes back into the pumpkin patch to get him from the cold October night. And Charlie Brown and Linus recollect on what was supposed to be a great Halloween, as he even points out to Linus that he missed it, which doesn't make Linus too happy. I have to point out that Sally's reaction towards this, and also how Linus reacts to his Halloween basically being taken away, is kind of a great reference after everything that happened way back in 2020. Which, yeah, kids got robbed of what is supposed to be a special and great time of year, which is Halloween. So would I recommend this The Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown? Nope, was one of the worst movies I've ever seen. Or special that I've ever seen. Just 0 out of 10, not recommended. And if people believe me, I deserve to be hung for this. But no, it still is a great special. The message behind it is wonderful to really just enjoy this special time of year. You're a kid only for a short time, so you gotta go out and enjoy what you can. Which was the message everybody kept telling Linus. You just have to enjoy the trick-or-treating time of year. For childhood, this is a special time of moment, and this day is special mostly to kids, as the kids basically have to own it for themselves. Go out there and basically gather up your trick or treats and go for it, man. That's what this time of year is basically special and represent. So I hope that you guys have enjoyed this review, and to all those kids, I salute you and going out there and getting candy and scaring the piss out of people, because damn it, they deserve it. And if anybody ever tries to bully you and wants your candy, then do not even bother to do that, even though they are quite douchebags for doing that. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this nostalgic throwback, and I hope that you would enjoy this Halloween treat. And if you haven't seen It's a Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown yet, you definitely deserve it. And be sure to check out this review as many times as you guys want for such a nostalgic throwback to such an iconic cartoon. So, if and when you can, I highly recommend checking out It's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. It well deserves it. Guys, as always, thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for me. It's whatever you get in the description down below. And be sure to definitely, if you can, check out It's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. It's definitely worth it, and it definitely deserves it. And I'm fortunately a Lazyween has coming past my children. But that doesn't mean that I'll be back next year, as I've certainly got some things already in stock for what's going to come next year, Lazyween. So, I must release my hold upon this body. So thank you guys so much for watching. I believe in you guys. I want you to keep eking on. Be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell icon so you can never miss a video. And happy Lazyween and Halloween to you all. So now, I must bid you goodbye for 1 year. But don't worry, I will return. So, thank you guys as always for watching, and until next year, definitely stay spooky. What the? What the hell? Anybody know what happened to me after my Hidden review? I was gonna review My Hero Academia, then I reviewed Hidden, and then something happened. I think I need to go lie down. I'll see you guys on Friday. Happy Halloween. What? Wait. I've been gone for a month?